In this video, I would like to show you how to find the area of sectors. Sectors are shapes that looks like this. Can be any of this, but not the first one. The first one is a whole circle. I just want to start with the whole circle to make things clear. Now, to find the area of a circle, we need to know the radius. The radius is this length from this point, from the center to any point on the circumference. So if this length is 5 meters or centimeters, then the area is pi times the radius squared. So it's pi times 5 squared. And then this will give you 5 squared is 25, so it's 25 pi. This is the area. If you want to get it as a number, not in terms of pi, just plug it in your calculator. This is how you write it in the calculator. And that's the answer. 78.5398. A lot of digits. Now if the question says give your answer to one decimal place, so it's 78.5. 78.5. And that's it. Now let's look at the next example. This is a half circle, clearly. It's very big. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Yep, that's good. Now, if we do have a radius from this point on the circumference to the center, and that's 15, the whole diameter is 15, then how do we find the area? The area is pi, so it's pi times the radius squared. It's going to be pi times half of the diameter. The radius is half of the 15, which is 7.5 squared. This will give you an area of a whole circle. Because this shape is half circle, we divide by 2. And if you plug that in your calculator, it gives you this. So this is how you write it. Pi times 7.5 squared divided by 2. It gives you 88.4 if we want the answer to one decimal place. So it's 35, so it's going to be 0.4. And if you want the answer to two decimal places, it's 88.36. Now let's look at the third example here. This is a quarter of a circle. Now again, let's say this length here is 5, which is the radius from this is the center, and that's a circumference point on the circumference. So the area again is pi times the radius squared divided by 4. Why? Because it's a quarter of a circle. It's going to be pi times 5 squared divided by 4. And that's it. Plug this in your calculator and you get the answer. Now the question is, what if it's not a half? What if it's not a quarter of a circle? What if it's such shape? What do we do? If the question tells you this angle here is 120, for example, 120 degrees, how do you find the area? The area in such case is going to be pi times the radius squared times the angle divided by 360. This is important to memorize and to know. So for this specific question, it's going to be pi times, if the radius is 5, for example, pi times 5 times 120 divided by 360. Just plug that in your calculator and you get the answer. You'll get something like this. This is how you write it. Pi times 5 is 120 divided by 360. And then the answer is 26.179. If you want your answer to two decimal places, it's going to be 26.18. And if you want the answer to one decimal places, it's 26.2. And that's it. Now let's look at another example. If we have this nice shape here and you want to find the area of this shape, what do? Now, let's assume the question tells you this angle here is 300. How do you find the area? Just like we did before, the area is pi times the radius. Let's assume the radius is 10. So it's pi times 10 squared times the angle, which is 300. Divide that by 360. Plug this in your calculator and you will get the answer. And that's it. This is how you find areas of sectors. In the next video, I'll show you how to find the length of this part of the circle. How do you find the length of these arcs? That's all for today. Look at the description. You will find some worksheet. Please try to do it.